Forza Horizon series is a very interesting case. At the moment of the recording, there are 2 active games in this series, meaning that the games that are actively supported by developers, or rather actively supported. More on this a bit later. It's Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5. And for the ones who want to decide which one to buy or which one to play, it can be a little bit of a difficult decision. But I have actually reviewed both of those games few years ago on my channel and gave my full opinions about those. But since then I've been playing both of those games far more extensively, and I have also played far more car sims and simcade games, so I can give you far more educated decision on which one to buy. Now again, this is fully based on my opinion, but I will try to give all the arguments that I can. So let's decide which one is better decision to buy, Forza Horizon 4 or Forza Horizon 5. And this video is sponsored by this channel's brand new sponsor, Instant Gaming. If you want to get best games for the cheapest prices, no matter it's on a PC, PlayStation, Xbox or Nintendo consoles, and you don't want to wait for any sales, Instant Gaming is the way to go. And I also partnered with this again for epic giveaway of any game of your choice in the description down below. So click the link in the description to take part in there. And also every purchase that you make on Instant Gaming through my link will help the channel as well. So click the link in the description to get the best games for the best prices. Now back to the video. Now let's get one thing straight out of the way. Both of those games are very similar at the first glance. Both of those games are set in open world, where all the events are scattered around the world and you need to complete all of those events in order to gain the credits, influence, unlock different cars, unlock different races, and just, well, enjoy racing. And if you look at both of those games like that, they are very similar. But when you play them, you'll understand that in reality those games are very different, and in most cases those differences are not good kind of differences. First, let's get the very simple thing out of the way. It's the locations. FH4 is happening in Scotland and FH5 is happening in Mexico. Now if we compare both of those locations, now Mexico looks far more diverse and far more different than Scotland. Now Scottish fields and highlands, they look quite beautiful, but they look quite the same, unlike in Mexico where you have jungles, swamps, deserts, fields, cities. You have everything here. Now we're gonna give the point to the variety of the location itself, then, well, FH5 actually clearly wins. But there is one very important thing to understand. Despite FH5 technically having seasons, they actually look almost exactly the same. There's practically no difference between the seasons in FH5, while FH4's main thing is their seasonal differences, and they are actually quite different. For example, summer, fall, spring and winter seasons are very different from each other, and playing the same races in all of those different seasons will give you different feelings. So practically seasons quadruple the amount of content. Well, not really, to be fair, but they make same locations quite varied. And to be fair, in my opinion, despite me thinking otherwise in the past, I think FH4 wins with the locations a little bit, while still FH5 locations still being quite amazing. But that's actually not a big difference. The true big difference starts when you actually start playing the game, and that's where my biggest gripe with FH5 actually starts. You see, when you start playing FH5, you are already a superstar. Technically, you're playing with the same character as you did in FH4. So you actually did everything that you could do in FH4, and now you are a superstar. People absolutely love you, and it opens every gate for you. And in this case, practically literally everything, almost everything is unlocked for you straight out of the gate. The best cars, the best races, the best events, everything is unlocked for you, and all the actual unlocks that you do in the game happens very fast. And I'm talking about playing the end game races that you did in FH4, unlocking in FH5 within hours from starting the game. Everything comes insanely easily for you. Races are quite easy, even on the highest difficulties, except for the quite a few ones. The cars are insanely easy to unlock, except for the seasonal cars, where life service part of the game actually plays a big part. Credits are very easy to come by. You are getting bombarded with a bunch of different wheel spins and super wheel spins, and everything is just extremely easy, and technically you don't even have to win the races in order to progress in the game. Yes, you don't have to win them. It's like a kid's dad that played Forza Horizon 4 complained to Microsoft because the kid was not winning, and Microsoft just made a game where the participation and the friends made along the way is a true prize of the game, and that kinda sucks. You unlock so many things in FH5 right from the get-go that you really don't know what to do next, and you kind of don't want to do anything as well. That's the biggest bummer for me. I was playing with the best cars in the game within just a few hours from starting the game. And not just that, you can actually play any race that you want with any car that you want. Want a dirt race with LaFerrari? Well, you can do that. Want to drift with a G-Wagon? Yeah, technically you can do that as well. Want a street race with a rally car? Well, no problem, you can do that as well. And that kinda sucks. And yeah, despite you having the recommended cars, you unlock so many cars so quickly that you don't really need to struggle with obtaining the best cars to win the races. And if you're gonna go with dirt racing with LaFerrari, it doesn't mean that other people will have the regular dirt racing cars. They will also have hypercars like you will. And that kinda sucks. Yes, it gives you freedom, but it kind of breaks the game. Does not make the game feel really good. But is it different in FH4? And the answer is yes, absolutely. In FH4, you kind of start like a nobody. You want to make a name for yourself, and that's what you're trying to do. You have different race series like dirt series, cross-country series, street racing, the regular road racing series, and you are progressing through series and unlocking more and more races within those series and gaining prizes there that are very thematical for those races. Unlocking cars, even though it's not very difficult, it's not that easy as well, because you're not getting bombarded with a bunch of different cars. Yes, you're unlocking quite a lot of cars, but not nearly as much in FH5. Like for example, when I started FH4, I wanted to check how many cars did I get within the first 10 hours. In FH5, I had almost 100 cars. Yes. Well, in FH4, I had less than 20. Yes, that's a huge difference. And I knew every single car that I own in FH4, while in FH5, I was unlocking the cars without even knowing that I was unlocking the cars. Because all the different types of races in FH4 require different types of cars, I knew every single one of my cars and what they're capable of. And not just that, because the cars and races require the specific modifications for different seasons, I had even less cars available for every single race. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of cars in this game. There are hundreds of cars in this game. Yes, less than FH5, but still a lot of cars. And this progression made me want to play FH4 more and more and more. Well, in FH5, yep, I kinda did not want to play this game anymore, except for maybe just wasting the time. Yes, I was just playing the game to drive around and to look at this beautiful Mexican countryside. But that's not all, because, well, when you're gonna finish the base game, you're gonna have some more DLCs. And DLCs are also quite varied between those games. In FH5, you have two DLCs. And by DLCs, I mean actually expansions, the big expansions of the game. You have Hot Wheels and Rally Adventure. And not gonna lie, they both kinda suck. Even though Hot Wheels was actually directly taken from FH3 and was pretty okay, the races were quite, well, boring. Except for doing loops and having these tracks over the actual map, it was not that fun. It was interesting, but not very fun. While Rally Adventure is kind of like more of a dirt racing. It was okay at best. While in FH4, you had Fortune Island, which is a completely separate location, which was quite fun, and the Lego Speed Champions, which allowed you to, well, play with the Lego cars, which was weirdly, surprisingly fun. Now, expansion-wise, to be fair, it's up to your choice. None of those games actually have absolutely amazing and must-have expansions, at least not in my opinion. But to be fair, FH4 looks and sounds and feels a bit more interesting than in FH5. But even that's not all. Here is the most important part, the price. You are getting a lot of content from this game. How much it will actually cost you. You see, both of those are actually $60 games, but true difference is the sale price. While Forza Horizon 5 can be obtained at minimum of $30 on sale, and a bit higher than that on instant gaming, FH4 can be obtained as little as $12. And people actually voting with their wallets on this one, because right now, at this moment, there are far more people playing FH4 than FH5. But there is another reason for that. You see, Microsoft is actually discontinuing FH4, and by the end of 2024, you won't be able to purchase FH4 anymore. But that means that the only choice that you're gonna have of buying this game is buying FH5. And from December 15, 2024, you won't be able to buy this game on any stores, not Steam and not Microsoft Store. And that kind of sucks, because this game is absolutely majestic. suggest it. And also, if you're interested in comparison of how this game actually plays on handhelds, well, in recent weeks, I played FH4 exclusively on my Lenovo Legion Go, and it plays like a dream. And don't get me wrong, FH5 plays amazing there as well. So finally, which one to buy? Well, I would say buy FH4 while you can. It's actually an amazing game and better game than FH5 is. In addition, it costs less as well. So yeah, I would suggest you to go with FH4. At least that's what I think. And if you're interested in comparison of Forza Horizon series to the sim racers like Assetto Corsa, you can watch my video about that right here. Or if you want the list of best 27 racing games, you can watch the video about that right here as well. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe right here as well. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.